Okay, what's up? It's Bizarre 1000. I'm giving you a SmackDown review. You know it's Sunday, like 2:20 in the morning. Actually Monday, but still. Thought I'd get this out here. Okay, Edge comes out. I'm reading this from my phone. I have Virgin Mobile Rumor Touch. Okay, Edge comes out. Start his single match with Brodus Clay. And Alberto comes out, and basically go back and forth. It was a decent match. Edge picks up the win, and Alberto because then Alberto comes to try to beat on Edge, and Christian makes a run in, and then Teddy Long comes out and says, "I'm sick of you two always getting each other's business, so we're gonna settle this," and it ended up being a cage match. And then we have Sheamus comes out for a champion versus champion match, which Sheamus picks up the win, but it was a fairly decent match. I mean, I like the way Sheamus won. I mean, they were outside, and Kofi was doing pretty good, and he threw Sheamus over the steel steps, and then Sheamus kicked the steel steps, and he hit Kofi in the knees, so win, and gave him that little carbon footprint / Celtic kick or whatever it's called. But it was a good match. I guess they call it the Sheamus Bro Kick. Okay. Then Trent Beretta came out with take on Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes came out in street clothes, and Cody Rhodes picked up the win pretty quick. So yeah, it was an okay match. It was not great. Then Layla. Okay, Lay Cool versus Kelly, or Layla versus Kelly. Michelle McCool was on commentary for the match. It was okay. It wasn't that great of a match, but it's a Divas match. Then the way that match ended, Layla knocked Kelly off the turnbuckle and distracted Michelle McCool. And then Layla got the pinfall. Then Kane and the Big Show versus Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater for the tag titles. They had a promo in the back where they both grabbed each other's throat for like a chokeslam, and he said, Kane said, "You complete me," which was kind of corny. But overall, I think those two could really do good at WrestleMania. I think they could end up being a tag title match at WrestleMania, maybe like a no-holds-barred tag title match. But then you see, after the match, they get disqualified by pulling the referee out of the ring. And then Barrett and Zeke comes out, and they just destroy the Big Show and Kane. They take the steps and put him on top of Kane and just throw him into him a couple times. And they take the Big Show and slam him on the announce table. I mean, it was pretty sweet. Then we have Jack Swagger versus Chris Masters. Not a very long match. Swagger wins. But I like this match because Michael Cole can really help Jack Swagger. Because Michael Cole has so much heat. And by heat, I mean he's hated so much by everybody. And he can get Jack. Remember the old days? Like, I'm only 28, but I'm very historic. I have very much history, not with wrestling, but with knowledge of wrestling. So in the old days, the old manager days, Bobby Heenan was one of the best managers you'll ever see. If you ever got a chance, watch Bobby Heenan's DVD. It just you can sort of get. He was so loved. He had the Heenan family back in the day, and he had everybody. Big name bad guy was managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean, that's who Cole reminds me of. He could be such an epic manager for some of these guys. I honestly think Cole should leave announcing, or even stay as an announcer, but become a manager as well. Because if you manage Swagger, and then he managed, let's say, Ziggler even, and he keeps managing, if he goes ahead and becomes the Miz's manager, I mean, that would help that team. They would have such a unique faction, I think. I'm getting a little off topic, but I mean, I think that would be awesome. Awesome! Yeah. By the way, I'm Bizarre 1000. Check out my YouTube channel, other videos I'm going to be putting up. Okay, and Cole comes in the ring after the match, locks in the ankle lock on Chris Masters, which he's become basically a jobber. I mean, he's just a joke in the WWE, in my opinion. And Superstars is canceled, which There's a lot of other people and websites that have already said that, but I just want to make clear in case you haven't heard it. Superstars has been canceled as of April, let's see, 7th. April 7th. This the Thursday after WrestleMania. It's the last episode. So it'll probably be a good episode because it'll be the last one. Which, what I think they should do with Superstars, go back to the old days. The old days. You know, either go back to the Saturday morning old Live Wire, the old Superstars on Sunday, or I'd be happy with, remember back in the day when they had Velocity and Sunday Night Heat? I'd even be fine with those days, and they had a 2-hour thing at night where you would have Velocity at 10 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock you'd have the show Mean Gene hosts, like, because it's confidential. That's the name of the show, Confidential. But they used to do every week, every Saturday night. This isn't that long ago. Some of you might remember this. It's just a few years back. I mean, a lot longer than that, but still, it's been a while. And they had and every night before they'd go off the air, they would show a match from the vault, like from the past, in the WWE in the past. And there's so many epic matches in the WWE over the years. I mean, just to see that, like, once a week you get one legendary match, I mean, that was awesome. And then Sunday Night Heat was so huge when it came down to the pay-per-views, because right leading up to the pay-per-view, I mean, you would have the guys who were in the pay-per-view, this isn't that long ago either, they would be on the show. You would have matches that people wouldn't wrestle at the pay-per-view, so they would put like little matches that didn't make the pay-per-view that would normally be unseen on television that would show on before the show started. So that would be kind of cool. Like, for too bad they didn't have it now, because they could do something like that for WrestleMania, like to wrestle on Heat, which I think they should bring Sunday Night Heat back on USA or Sci-Fi, which would be awesome. I missed the weekend shows. Like, it came out at 7 o'clock way back when. They could do it on Sundays at 7 on Sci-Fi even. Because NBC owns USA, which owns Sci-Fi, so that's all. There's basically one network now. But, yeah, that's my little rant I went on right there. And then we had Rey Mysterio vs. Ted DiBiase, which I was really hoping that Cody Rhodes would have came out during this match, and him and Cody would have teamed up and beat the crap out of Rey Mysterio. I like Rey Mysterio, but just to have Cody and Ted almost like work together again, I think it would be kind of cool. Because I think Cody Rhodes could really help Ted DiBiase right now. Because he's become a joke in the WWE, basically a jobber. He loses every match he's in. It's getting pathetic. And I like Ted DiBiase. I'm a big fan of DiBiase, but I don't know, for some reason he ain't got no push. Cody Rhodes has been a huge push, which I thought it wouldn't. I thought DiBiase would, at this point, it's been about a year since they all broken up. So I thought by this point, I mean, that DiBiase would be the bigger star. I mean, DiBiase has had some storylines, but then it seems like almost like Cody's getting the bigger push. But SmackDown is the better show. I'm not saying the better Raw is better, yes, but for wrestlers to actually get on TV and wrestle, SmackDown is the show to be on. For Raw, you're lucky to get 10 minutes on TV. I mean, look at Daniel Bryan. He's been U.S. champion since way back at Night of Champions. And how many times there's been a 3 or 4 episodes of Raw where you don't even see him on there. He don't wrestle half the time. And one of the best matches he's had was between The Miz, when he had right before The Miz took on the King at the Elimination Chamber. That was one of Daniel Bryan's longest and best matches he had on Raw in a while, and he lost. Just like this past week. Yeah, this last Monday, I believe he lost his title to Sheamus, and it's like, the only matches he gets a shot at is when he loses. And I mean, I think it's pathetic. The WWE needs to start using him better. Send him to SmackDown. Let him go for the IC title. People say Daniel Bryan and Sheamus for a rematch, which I don't really like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I would love to see titles unified again, because that would just make it so much better if you unify some of these titles again. You can see, but then again, you gotta think, if they went to one show again, it would kill a lot of wrestlers who had basically no jobs. We're getting kind of short on time, already at 9 minutes, so I think I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Okay, Rey Mysterio and DiBiase. Rey Mysterio wins fairly quick. Then we have Christian versus Alberto Del Rio. Sorry, I can't roll my tongue. Both guys, really strong match, but I didn't like the Kurt Angle ripoff. But yeah, didn't really like that part of it. How it seems like every night they're trying to rip off Kurt Angle. It seems like in wrestling nowadays. Because you see, Alberto, Christian is on the cage, he's grabbed, and then Alberto is behind him, and he goes for like a German suplex, and we've all seen Kurt Angle do that over and over when he's in a cage match in the old days in WWE. He would grab it and freaking hook him and try to German him off the top of the cage, but yeah, it was kind of, yeah. I mean, it ended pretty well, and I think Christian had to win this match because Christian is such a, I think it should be a three-way in my opinion. My vote is, and if you agree with me, leave me a comment or like, and let me know if you agree with me. I think Christian should be a main eventer. I think Christian should be the world heavyweight champion. I mean, stop burying Christian. He's a good wrestler. He is good. He has mic skills. He's a great heel. Christian is one of the best heels. When he was in TNA, I mean, he was an epic heel. I mean, he was one of the main reasons they got this deal. Excuse me. He's one of the main reasons they got that TV deal. In my opinion, Christian was awesome back then. I love the instant classic Christian Cage. I remember when he first came back in the ECW crappy show they had on. Crappy ECW's version of it. Basically a Sunday Night Heat version show. But when he came back, his music hit, and it was Christian, and I remember the teacher, Matt Stryker, he said, "This moment is now instantly classic." And that was just like, oh, I like that. Because everyone knew Christian became a huge star in TNA. And now the WWE needs to make him the main event and the champion, because he'd be a great champion. Or if they don't make it a triple threat match, which I think they should, I think Christian should win. I think it should, if Edge keeps, I would love to see Edge and Christian feud. I just don't know why they didn't team them back up, or like they scheduled it from Monday to Friday to be going for the tag titles, but whatever, it's not my thing. But I just think, and Money in the Bank, I don't know, part of me wants to see it, and part of me is like, I don't really care. As long as they have good matches, I don't care. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm not an entertainment fan. I'm a wrestling fan. Yeah, I like laughing and stuff like that, but I want to see good matches. I don't want to see these squash matches. I'm sick of seeing squash matches. And overall, SmackDown was really good. But if they're not going to have WrestleMania, use the Intercontinental title, use the US title, use the tag titles. But I think Big Show and Kane versus the Core for the tag titles would actually be a good match. But I want to see Wade Barrett and Zeke involved in WrestleMania. Or at least Wade Barrett involved in WrestleMania. Because I think Wade Barrett is such a good wrestler. I'm not saying he's a great wrestler, but when he did that freaking Wasteland, that was freaking sweet. When he did Wasteland to Big Show, I mean, I didn't think he was going to do that. I'm actually keep looking at the TV because I'm watching WrestleMania 3, Hogan vs. Andre. I have never seen this before, so I've been kind of watching it. So I've been interested. I just watched some Macho Man. Oh yeah, stepping into a Slim Jim. And the Dragon beat him, of course, but you guys know that. But this is just a classic and great pay-per-view. If you've never seen the old school wrestling, check it out. But back to Triple H and WrestleMania, Undertaker. I really want Triple H to win because he's one of my favorite wrestlers. But I just have a feeling if Triple H wins, I won't be surprised and I won't be mad. But I'll be kind of like, okay, Triple H won. I mean, it'd be kind of shady in a way too if Triple H wins. Because he's Triple H McMahon now. He's been for a little while now. And this is like a guy like Shawn Michaels, who a lot of people still like and wish he was still wrestling, which I think he just was ready to go anyway. But I don't know, I think Undertaker should continue the streak. I think he should go all the way to 20-0. I mean, you've made it this far. You're already about to do, if you win to beat Triple H, you'll be 19-0. Why have the streak stop now? Why not wait another year? And if you don't make 20, if somebody wants someone to beat him before he gets to 20, which I don't think they should, I think Undertaker's legacy, everything he's done